Hey everybody, it's Adam from Team Sorcerer here, coming at you today with a spoiler video. This is our second wave of spoiler videos. Today we'll be going over the Primogenitor, just got revealed, and its Regalia that came with it, and its horrendous amount of really good darkness cards. Warning you all now, my younger brother is in the background. He will be talking with his friends online, so if you hear someone else talking, that's not me, it's him. And yeah, so I'm going to just jump right into it. So, we're going to start with the ruler, like we always do. It is Conqueror of the Black Moon, Gil Apis. He is a Wanderer. He is a Darkness J ruler, just straight darkness. His judgment is one dark, one moon, and one void. So, I think that the theme for this set will be every J ruler's judgment cost will have to cost a void, or not a void, a moon, in order to perform judgment, which isn't bad. I mean, it makes Moon see a lot more play, so that makes me pretty happy. It has another ability on its ruler side that makes it so good. It's your opponent pays a one void in order to play Regalia activated abilities. So it's a pseudo walking barrier or darkness on its ruler side. So you'd stack barriers under him, and you would just be set for a while if your opponent is a very Regalia heavy deck. So I think if he sees a lot of play, he'll be a very good like anti-meta type of thing, because a lot of the things that are seen play now are decks that main anywhere between 8 to 10 Regalia and then run 4 Ruler's Memoria just to give them the toolbox advantage. But this guy prevents that from really being useful, I guess, when it's under like Reflect decks, or even when you use like Leviathans. He's automatically going to be a very interesting matchup against Valentina 2.0 type of decks, or Valentina 2, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't matter. But yeah, I think he's very good on his ruler side. On his J ruler side, he is Gil Lapis, the Primogenitor. He is a subjugator? A subjugator. Oh, interesting. Still a Darkness J ruler. He's a 12/12, so he's already got a really good body. Whenever he enters the field, you may search your main deck for a card named Pitch Black Moon, put it into your field, then shuffle your main deck. You can pay a moon, cancel target activate ability spell. So, mana abilities, tap abilities, paying mana into them to activate abilities, other things like that. So, he's like the reversed Kaguya 3.0. So Hydra format would be very interesting if one player's playing Kaguya 3.0 and the other player is playing. Oh, hold on, excuse me that a little bit. It's really wonky. Anyways, and the other player is playing the Primogenitor. So I think it would be pretty interesting if that ever becomes a thing. You pay a dark and a void to for a target J4// resonator gets -2/-2. So just for that, he has a pseudo group Balesta effect, which I think is pretty good. His last effect is my favorite effect. This card, like, this is the thing that's absolutely going to make him bananas, and that's his god art called Space Time Control. You pay 1 dark, 1 moon, 2 void. Search your opponent's main deck for a Resonator, Regalia, and/or Addition field, and put them into your field. Then you shuffle your opponent's main deck. You only play this once per game. So you pay 4, unless you've done like a Leviathan effect to tap it down to reduce it by 2 void, to search through your opponent's deck, get a Regalia, Resonator, and/or an Addition field, and you just get to put them like into your field. You get to steal potentially 2 to 3 cards from your deck if I'm reading that correctly. Which, if that's the case, that's absolutely amazing. This card is definitely going to be a control J ruler. Like, I think the format's slowing down enough that this is going to be really dirty, because you can just search through their deck, steal their Gwyber, steal their Susanoo, steal their Game Ender, steal any relevant Regalia. Like, you get, like, I can't like elaborate on how broken you can make this guy. You can have 4 Leviathans out on board for whatever god-awful reason you'd have them, and you can have 5 Leviathans out. Same with bows. Like, if you want to, you can run worlds, because people have been running worlds to add counters and paying a green to remove a counter, and then you could just search for a 4th world. Like, this card is absolutely bonkers. and then just addition fields, like you can steal their Alice's world. I don't think you'll get the enter on it, but I mean, I'd rather prevent them from taking an extra turn as much as possible. So he's amazing. I think I'm gonna do some stuff with him. Like I'm gonna make a deck around him because he seems too good not to try and make a deck around. His regalia is illusory demonic globe, the Earth. It has a tap produce moon. Spend this only to play an activate ability for a J4/ Resonator Judgment ability, so the Conqueror, Lapis, or for Gil Lapis, the Primogenitor. So you can pay a moon, you can use it for its active abilities, or you can use it to help him perform Judgment. So you get a free mana rock for 0. It's also a 0-drop regalia, so you have to bear with it. So then you can tap, banish this card. If your J ruler is Gil Lapis, the Primogenitor, you may put it in your ruler area as a ruler. So it reflects 0 to flip it back over whenever you want. So also, I think if you look at it, I'm like 90% sure this is reflect refrain. Like almost 90% sure. Because like even the regalia looks like the world. So I'm not sure. Maybe lore will tell us later, but I think that's my little prediction. Anyways, so the addition field moon that we get, the one that you can search out when you enter the field, is called Pitch Black Dark Moon. It is your J4/ Resonator gets +2/+2 as long as it's dark. As long as it's a darkness J ruler. So, you know, when you enter, he comes in as a 14/14. It's kind of good. It's kind of actually really relevant. You can pay a moon, discard a Resonator, put target Resonator from your graveyard into your hand. So you can filter things into your grave, recover things. It's not bad. Like I could definitely see this card being used like a reanimator type of strategy, just to like get your combo pieces into either the grave or into your hand to use. So I think this card is extremely powerful, and it's only an uncommon, so it's pretty good. Next up we have Space Time Collapse. It's a spell chant. It is 2 darkness. Also, by the way, the moon is a 2-drop addition moon. It's a 1 void, 1 darkness. But now back to the Space Time Collapse. It's 2 darkness, spell chant. It says choose one, destroy target Resonator or Regalia. Or destroy up to 1 target Resonator and up to 1 target Regalia. You could choose the second one if your J ruler is Conqueror of the Black Moon Lapis, or Gil Lapis, the Primogenitor. So another really good spell that we get that's very J ruler specific. If you're playing him, you essentially get to pop a Regalia and a Resonator. Or you can just destroy one or the other. So a 2-drop sorcery speed, stoning to death, but better. I can see it seeing a lot of play in post-rotation. But right now, I'd still run this card. This card's bananas. Like, I can't get over how good this card is. Next up, we have a 1-drop spell chant. It's called Call to the Primogenitor. It reads, put target Resonator from your graveyard into your hand. And it has an awakening of pay a moon and 1 void to search your main deck for a darkness Resonator, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your main deck. So you can essentially pay 3 at instant speed to add something from your graveyard back to your hand, and then search your deck for a darkness Resonator added to your hand. So you get to +2 for 3 during your opponent's end phase. It's okay. I think I'd use it more for the fact that it's a 1-drop darkness instant that you can just add something back to your hand during your opponent's end phase. So I think that's a little bit more relevant. But we'll have to see. Next up we have a Witch of the Night. It's a 1-drop. Oh wow. Never mind, this card's actually really good. When I first saw it, I thought it wasn't that good. Okay, it's okay. It's a 1-drop witch. It's a darkness one, 0/8. So it's really, really big butt for some reason. And you pay a moon into it. Target Resonator gets -2/-0 until the end of turn. So a 0/1 or a 0/8 for 1 isn't bad. It's a free chump blocker, and it probably won't die half the time. I think this card's going to be pretty good in limited or sealed. And then our last card we're spoiling today is Black Moon's Memoria. So we have another Memoria. The Memoria for this one's the Darkness one. It's tapped to produce a Moon or a Darkness. So you get to Manifix into his abilities. You get to do all this other bananas things. So I don't even know what to say to this. I want to make the new Kaguya because you can make horrendous amounts of control. With this guy, you can... there's so many things you can do. You can literally neuter your opponent's deck, prevent him from being blazered, and through his regalia, make him a 14/14, add stuff back to hand, and having a really good removal card. Like, he will probably be the second best Darkness J ruler. I think he's a little bit better than Dark Alice personally, just my opinion, but I don't know. I think he's going to see a lot of play. So, alrighty guys, thank you all for listening. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think. Comment down below if you have any opinions about this. I will put a link down to in the description below leading to these. I'm still trying to work out on Movie Maker how I can put these up as the images. So you may see it in the video, you may not. So just warning you now. So alrighty guys, thank you. Have a good day. Have a good night. Adam from Team Sorcery signing out. Peace.